What's up, guys? Aaron and Jason here. Just coming to talk to you guys about the Bernie Sanders rally that we went to earlier today and just got back from, and Aaron's going to take it.
He said that $70 billion that he plans on for giving education to all people and universal health care and things like that, the majority of that will be paid from by Wall Street speculation tax, which I see there's actually a lot of money that can come from that. I'm not going to get into the facts and figures, but he did actually give us a way that he's going to pay for it. Name someone else who's done that and actually given you some numbers.
Which you won't hear about, though, probably.
Yeah. Oh, and another thing, when he was talking about making sure that we're looking out for each other, and this is something that a lot of people forget about in this country. We are judged by how we treat the weakest among us. That's what he said. And that, to me, goes back to the old saying, you're only strong as your weakest link. That saying's been around since almost the beginning of man. And it's because it's true. And people don't realize in this country, whether you're paying to help someone out in the front end to get a job, to get back on their feet, so that they can actually be a productive member of society, it costs a lot less than still having to pay for that person, which we are, in emergency room visits, and charities, and homeless shelters, and feeding these people, and clothing these people from charities. We're still paying for this stuff. But we're paying for it after these people are so far gone, they cannot even truly be helped. Instead of paying for it when they first asked for it, when they're trying to work hard, when they're still going at 110% to make something of themselves, but they keep running into a wall and they just need someone to help them get over it. That's all they're asking for.
Absolutely.
So instead of helping them out then, we wait until they've got nothing, and then on top of that, talk crap about them as if they didn't try their damnedest to not be put in that point.
And even then, we barely helped them. After we left, we went and got something to eat, and we were walking back to our car, and we saw, I don't know how many, it was like
about
three
or four homeless people.
Homeless people sleeping on the steps of a church. And the church didn't even open its doors to them and let them sleep inside. And it's cold out tonight.
You see this hoodie? Yes, this hoodie, long pants, it's like 30 degrees outside tonight.
Yeah.
And we saw a guy, I saw a guy in nothing more than what I have on right now, sleeping on the cold concrete out in front of a church.
And it's the beginning of the night. It's not even like
no.
full on middle of the night yet.
Where it gets ice cold.
Yeah. So for that to be going on, and then it to be on the steps of a church, it's so tragic, because the church is the one place that you should feel like
they should always.
If they can't go anywhere else, they can go to the church, and the church will take care of them. Yeah, that, to me, that was absolutely disgusting, and it verified a lot of things.
And that's the thing, and that's really it. Is people always talking about, they're talking about giving stuff away to people and just helping these people out and just doing whatever. Look at the facts, people. Look at the facts. We pay multi-billion-dollar companies billions and billions of more dollars in tax cuts. We still subsidize the corn industry and stifle proper growth in this country for a multitude of farmers to subsidize something that doesn't need to be subsidized, just to keep a market afloat, and so we can put high fructose corn syrup and everything imaginable in our diet. We're giving these people billions of dollars that can be used to fund education, give people proper housing, give people proper clothing, give people proper work training skills so that they can do their own work. 90% of the people out there that don't have a job want one. I would even say more, just for statistical reasons, I'm gonna keep it at 90%. Would work their ass off at any job you would give them, but they just don't have the opportunities available. These are the people around you do not want to be poor. They do not want to sleep on a cold step in front of a church. Who wants that?
And I'm sorry, if none of this is like really getting to you and pissing you off and not firing you up, then something is clearly wrong with you. Honestly, this is like being a good human 101. If you can't be a good human, then
what's the point?
Yeah.
What's the point? So it just, when you get done with the Bernie Sanders rally, you feel very happy. You feel very uplifted because he talks about a lot of things in plain speak to where anyone can understand it, very clear, very honest to you, and you can see the parallels right outside the door of what he's talking about. It's not like what he's saying is this grandiose, we're gonna build the wall and make the people who we're building to keep it out pay for it type crap, or we need to make every single Syrian or Muslim have to be in a database type crap. No, this is not what we're talking about. We're talking about helping out your fellow man. Because guess what? When you help someone out and you strengthen that link in the chain, it helps the entire chain. When you don't help them, they don't disappear from the chain. There's still a weak link in it. So you're still having to carry them, whether you see it or not, you still are. So why not help them as opposed to hate on them in the first place? Our broken incarceration system, our broken criminal system in general. But one thing that he kind of talked about with this false war on drug that we have, and the fact that he, unlike many other candidates who are out there, are still putting forth legislation and doing their job while they're running for president. And one bill that he has actually proposed to the Senate is to drop marijuana from being a Schedule I controlled substance to being legal, or at least looking at it to put it in a different schedule, like just address it in general. And that would save countless lives. And that goes to the fact that a stat that he said very early on in the speech, which is absolutely baffling by any explanation. America had the highest incarceration rate in the known world. China, which we all know is not very friendly to anyone who does not say yay China all the time, who has 4 times the population we have here in America. 4 times, and we're in the hundreds of millions, people, so I want to make sure you realize this. 4 times our population. They have over 1 billion people, and we have more people incarcerated than they do.
Yeah, that makes no sense, people.
This is the same country who, if you wrote something wrong on your Facebook before they banned it, they would come into your house, drag your entire family out, and put you in prison with no charges. This is the country we're talking about here, people. And we have more people incarcerated than they do. And he said, plain and simply, no, I'm not for marijuana. Just tired of seeing lives lost from a war on drugs. We need a pathway out of prison so these people stop leaving prison and getting put back in jail. And again, these people don't want to go back to jail. These scenarios aren't made up. These aren't false. These are facts. And I've done facts on the prison recidivism rate and what helps. And what he stated helps. These people need a support system. They need proper job training. The most important thing, they need a roof over their head and transportation. Public transportation will work just fine, but the roof over their head is one of the most crucial things that they can have, and they need to not be put back in prison. Because a lot of people do not have a social and family network to go and rely on. So when no one has any of these things, and jobs aren't hiring them because now they're a criminal.
Which is the huge one. Because if you don't have a job, guess what you're going to go back to doing? Breaking the law.
The only thing that you could do to make money. And again, don't forget that unemployment rate for 17 to 20-year-old black teens, 51%. Compared to, that's almost 20% more than their white and Latino counterparts. That number is not much different when it comes to adult black men and their demographics with other races. It's very hard to find one in poor places, especially if you're a person who's poor or a minority. All it does is multiply it. So people, please just stop attacking people. Put yourselves in their shoes non-biasedly. Put yourselves in their shoes and try your damnedest to walk a mile in them. Because no matter how outlandish you could imagine it is, I guarantee you it's twice that difficult and twice that outlandish when you're really in a situation. When every night before you go to sleep, you hear someone being shot around you. And I lived in downtown Louisville, in the hood. I know it's like on Muhammad Ali to have a man 2 blocks away from me shoot 2 people who try to rob him when he's going into a store. That's a daily occurrence. And that's mild. I only lived there for a little bit. Imagine growing up your entire life in situations far worse than that in Detroit and places of the such. In closing, sir, please. It's a beg and a plead at this point, people.
Yeah. It's literally just wake the fuck up. Pay attention to what's going on. And get angry. Do something about it. Because nothing is going to happen if you don't do anything. It's that simple. Yeah, the whole system is corrupt, but if enough people get behind one person, that could start something.
And he said it multiple times. It doesn't end after you elect me.
No.
It doesn't end there. It ends after I get out of office. I need you every step of the way pushing with me to get this legislation. The president's bully pulpit works. You want to know when it works even better? Proven throughout history, when the American people back him wholeheartedly. And congressmen and senators can't run back to their states and buddy with some of the people in their constituency, like, oh yeah, we're not for that policy, we're just gonna let it die. No. The majority of people want that policy. You better go there and sign it, because if you don't, next election season, guess who won't be in office? You. We can do that, people. The American people run this country. They just want us to think we don't. We have the numbers. We have the power. They've just falsely taking it. They're holding power they don't even realize they don't have. They don't want us to realize how much power we have because of how much we can take from them once we group up. And it's not taking. And I should say that it's not taking. We're getting what we deserve. If you work a 40-hour work week and you're still in poverty, you're not a moocher.
Not at all.
So don't let anyone tell you that, and don't back down from anyone. When they say, oh, you really want more than $7.25 an hour? Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Not only do I want more, I deserve more. And it's a fact. Don't let anyone tell you any different when you're working your ass off. If we group up, ain't no system that we can't put in our favor. The odds are ever in our favor when we work together, people.